My talk tonight is in 3 parts to get to cover my ideas around, and then open it up to your ideas around the conversation of the different, many shades of trust. I want to start by my ideas around growth, which have to do with going to your edge, breathe, and smile. It's actually a yogic term. They tell that to you whenever you go into a pose, that when you stretch into a pose in yoga, they want you to take that pose to your edge where you can still breathe and smile. And if you cannot breathe and smile, they want you to back it up to where you can. That the ability to breathe and smile is more important than stretching too far. And it has occurred to me that that is what we need to do in life with our spiritual growth. That when we try to grow beyond what is ours, where we can still breathe and smile, that's when we don't understand why things don't work. That's when the spiritual laws that we think should be taking place don't. And that's when things tend to fall apart. So it is ours to go to that edge, breathe and smile. And if we can't, back up a bit. Get into a little bit more comfortable zone. Not too comfortable, because we want to push that edge. But find that place where it's your edge, breathe and smile. And so that becomes very important to any topic we talk about, right? Because there'll be those places where you feel comfortable, and there'll be those places in these conversations that may take you to your edge. And you never want to go beyond where you can still breathe and smile in these conversations, in the ways in which you want to try out these different ideas that may be presented here in your daily life. So the next concept I would like to bring forward is the idea of mirroring, or how life reflects who we are. In many different philosophies, they speak about the fact that life is a reflection of what's going on within us. But there is a confusion around how to interpret this reflection. To give you an example, let's speak about if somebody came to you and was dishonest. Now, it might be that how you interpret that, if you think of life as a reflection, is that that means you have dishonesty inside you. And I am here today to tell you that that is an inaccurate interpretation. That what happens out in the world, the reflection that occurs, is always proving you right from your deepest belief. Your world, how you experience it and feel it, is always going to prove you right. And so the question is what's happening out there? So for instance, if somebody is dishonest to you, what that is proving right is that you have distrust in you. Because if you have distrust in you, somebody to distrust is going to show up. And that is a true reflection. And that is how the creative process works. What we hold in ourselves manifests out here by proving whatever we have embodied as right. You know, there is a saying that you can either be happy or you can be right, but it's an inaccurate saying because we are always right. Our world is constantly proving us right. So if we want to be happy, we need to hold those thoughts of us being worthy, us being good enough, us being whole, that if we hold those things inside ourselves, then we will be happy. And our world will prove us right in terms of our happiness. But I am here to tell you today that the world is constantly, moment to moment, proving whatever you hold within you as you being right. And so from that standpoint, let's now move into trust, the many shades of trust. Dr. Holmes says there's 3 types of trust. Trust in the divine, trust in yourself, and trust in others. And he says it takes all 3 to have a full, whole life working. That if you trust in the divine, but if you don't trust in yourself, your life will still turn out in ways that are not what you want. That if what you have is trust in yourself and the divine, but not trust in others, that what will happen is others who are worth not trusting will continue to show up. But it takes all 3. You've got this place called Missouri. It's they are the show me state, but they actually have it backwards. They think that people have to earn trust. But actually, if you hold that people need to earn trust, people will keep showing up who don't. It is up to us to start within ourselves, to notice that our world is constantly proving us right. And trust in its many shades has way more than just those 3 types, right? Like, for instance, for myself, I notice that I sometimes distrust in my health. And so, so the way I play with that is I can be a bit of a germaphobe in terms of whether I shake somebody's hand or watch out if they're sneezing. And all those levels of distrust in me show up when I notice that when I hold those kinds of distrust ideas in myself, I catch a cold or I will get sick, right? And then there are these other times when I have complete trust in my wholeness, complete trust in my health. And then during those times, I never get sick. So it is even just a sense of what we trust in, all along. It's what we trust in any given moment. So there's a sense of trust. I noticed that when I get stressed about money, my finances get worse.
Yep.
And that when I actually relax and know the truth about my money, my finances get better out of nowhere. That first I handle my stress, then things get better. But in the midst of my stress, things actually get worse. And stress is just the opposite of trust, right? So here's the thing about this. I'm sure many of you who have been on this path have heard the fact that there's no such thing as darkness. There's just lack of light, right? And that's why light, you shine a light, immediately the darkness goes away. Well, it's the same with trust. There actually is no such thing as distrust. There's just the lack of trust. And when we shine trust on ourselves, on the divine, and on others, it opens up trust in ways that we could have never imagined. But again, here's the thing about it, and this is why I started with the whole idea of going to your edge, breathing and smiling. Because as we will grow our trust, we need to do it in a way that doesn't get us beyond what we actually can handle. I would never sit here and tell you, just trust everything, always. It's an inside job. Each of us needs to find that place of trust within us in a way that works for us. Each of us needs to find our way with this. I can tell you that there is an edge that you can locate around trust, that you can move into. But remember never to take it further than where you can still breathe and smile. But I highly recommend pressing those edges, stretching those edges, whether the appearance is there or not, because the appearance is only proving you right. It starts from within. Everything starts from within. Everything happening out here started in here first. It wasn't the other way around. It's ours to find that place where we are good enough, where we are worthy, where we trust ourselves, where we trust life, where we trust in the divine, and we can trust others. And to the extent we can do that, it will show up in our lives. This has been a long journey for me, which continues in terms of my own sense of trust. I have to tell you that there was a time in my life when I felt I could not trust myself to do the right thing. I could not trust myself to make a stand for myself where it was needed. One of the things that helped me get there was something a teacher once said to me, which is, it's not what you do first, it's what you do second. And what I used to do is when I did not stand up for myself in a good way, the next thing I did was beat myself up about it. And now what I do is make sure that whatever I do second is what I would have done first if I'd had the wherewithal to do it. And the time between what I do first and what I do second has shrunk dramatically to where I absolutely trust myself now to do the right thing. If not first, I know I'll do it second, and I'll do it quickly, and I clean up all my messes. And I feel really good about that. And in doing so, I have continually stretched my ability to trust others. As I grew up in an environment, I spoke about this last week, where I was beat all the time. So it was really easy to develop a distrust of others when I was beaten at home, beaten at school, and really had trouble finding a safe place to be. So building trust in the world has not been easy for me. But I can tell you it's been vital to my own health and well-being to do so. And I invite you to do the same. So let's have a short meditation and then we'll get into a conversation. Close your eyes, take a deep breath and relax. You find yourself on a path. It is the perfect path. It is your perfect path. Maybe it's in the woods. Maybe it's on a beach. Maybe it's in the clouds. Wherever it is your path and it is absolutely perfect. It feels so comfortable beneath your feet. The air feels exactly the temperature you like. The view is exactly what you like it to be as you walk. Everything feels perfect. And find yourself coming to an opening which has the most perfect view. It could be of a beach, on top of a mountain, in the clouds, in the woods, whatever is the most perfect view for you. The sounds, the sights, the sensations against your skin, the smells, all are exactly what you love. And there's a chair there, the perfect chair. Go sit in this chair. Take a deep breath and relax into it. It is so comfortable. And from this place, imagine yourself at the edge of where you trust, at the edge of where you trust in the divine, at the edge of where you trust in yourself, at the edge of where you trust in others. And feel that trust expand just enough where you can still breathe and smile. Each one of those three trusts may expand a little differently. However they expand, it is perfect for you as you feel your life expand with it. And now thank yourself for this new level of trust that you have taken on that feels right for you. It's a little larger than what it was. Thank yourself for your willingness to grow. And when you're ready, open your eyes and join us.